Okay, so now we understood ls command, and we saw like what are all the file permissions, if it is a file, directory, or symbolic link, just by seeing the output. Now, if you want to change some of the permissions, like a user had only, let's say user had all the permissions, full executable read and write permission, and I want to give only read permission to user and no permission to group and others. So how you will do that? For any of the modification in a file permission, you will use a command called chmod, which is like a change mode. So change basically a file mode. Now, as we saw, like there will be a thing like u and then g for group, u for user or a file owner, and o for other. So the rwx that we were seeing, it will be either for a user, for a group, or for the other. So also, there is something called A. When you say A means all, so it's like a user, group, or other. You saw it for all, right? Now this is like who. Now what permission they have? So they have like a read permission. So basically we call it read by R, as you saw rwx R, and its decimal value is 4. I will show you why I am showing you this decimal value as well. So W is for write, X is for execute. Now plus adds the specified modes to the specified class. You don't need to worry about this, but I'm just writing, if you see plus or at the end of that particular output, then you have to try to understand that what it is. Now hyphen is also there, which is like here, I mean, you want to add a particular specified mode to the specified class. When I say class, it is like user, group, or other. Or maybe you want to remove some permission. So you can use, it's like u plus or u minus. Like in user, I want to reduce some permission. So u minus w means now whatever the permission user had earlier, now remove the write permission. If you want to add a write permission to a group, you can say g plus w. Right? So this kind of examples can be there. And when you say equal, it is like the exact mode. Whatever I am typing, only permit that permissions. Now let's go and see by example. So it can be, this is the common one that you will be typing most of the time. It's like chmod 755 and a file. So instead of typing like user or maybe all, so a equal to, and then you will type rwx, and for group you will type rw, and for other you will type rw. So instead of doing all these things, you just type chmod 755 file, which means now that file has a permission where user has full access and the group and other have read and execute permission. 4 plus 1 is a 5. Now, if there is a directory, chances are you will type like, okay, this directory is not executable by anyone and only writable by user. So readable and writable by user. So RW 4 plus 2 6, and then only readable by group and other. So 4 4. So similar way, as I was saying, right, you saw some file where even the owner has only the read permission. Well, this is a PEM file, or basically when you want to SSH to a server, you pass a PEM file to that SSH. But that PEM file, even before working, it should be having a permission for 400. So earlier, let's say if it was a 644, you have to change it to 400. This is the way you should do, which means only readable by owner, the first bit 4, and the rest 0 and 0 is 0 group. So group has no permission and the others also have no permission. Now let's try to see the example in a different way. You see chmod u equal to rwx, go equal to rx, which means now I am saying like modify the modes of that file, and user means owner have read, write, x executable, which means 7, u equal to 7, and g and o means group and others will have read and write. So read is 4, x is 1, so 5. Now the first example that I showed you, chmod 755 and a file name, either you type that one, which is the most easier and comfortable one. I mean, I basically use it that way unless and until I have to specifically change very specific thing. So now the fourth example, the chmod u equal to rwx comma go equal to rx, is equivalent to chmod 755. So now you understood, like 755 is writing much easier than u equal to rwx and go equal to rx. So now again we have here u equal to rwx, where we are saying the user have full permission. Now group and other, so whatever permission they had, like here u hyphen w means whatever permission the owner has, the same permission give it to group and others, but remove w permission, means remove the right permission. This is also writing, you are writing the same way, like the fourth command that you wrote and the fifth command, both are equivalent to the first command. So when you type chmod g equal to rw file name, it means whatever the owner and others had permission, that permission will be there. Now only for the group, I am adding a permission for read and write. So when you say permission 0644 for this means it is a to open. So you will see when you type ssh command and you give that PEM file or this kind of private file to log into a remote server, you will see this error, permissions 0644 for this particular file are to open. You have to change it to 400. Now let's go to the command prompt and try to see if it works there as well. Okay, so we are at the command prompt now. So first see ls. Now there are these files. I want to see what is the permission for these files. Now let's say like this is a git ignore file, and remember the permission, because if we are going to change it, we will again have to revert back. So now this .git ignore file has a it's a file and it has a permission, like owner has 6, I mean read write and read and read. Now I want to change it to 755. To which one? To git ignore. Git ignore. Now if I do ls hyphen l or hyphen la for .git ignore, what will be the output? Now you see it's an executable file and rwx7 What if I want to make it 777? What does it mean? It means everyone, user, group, and others all have all the permission, read, write, and execute. Now let's go and see back again. Now you see rwx. So this is the way you basically change a file mode for this git ignore file. First we will see again what is the value of this one. And now let's try it this way. chmod u equal to rw and go, I mean group and other will have this permission with a comma without any space and enter. Yeah, this time it worked. So with a space you will get this kind of error. Now you see it is rw and no x, and for this rx and rx. So this way you can use chmod command. I hope by now you are comfortable with cd, ls, and understands the file permissions with, and you are able to change the file permissions. So now go ahead and mark this lesson as complete and see you in the next lesson. Thank you.